In this video I'll show you exactly how to make your Osmo Pocket 3 footage go from this to this inside of Premiere Pro. So we're going to start all the way from the beginning. You just completed your order, which means you're now on the order confirmation page. And you'll see this Access Downloads button. You just click that one. This will bring you to our download page right here. And then all you have to do is press download. So now that we've downloaded our file, which is a zip file, we need to unzip it or extract it. On Windows, you can see here an extract all button, or you can right click and find it here as an option, extract all. On Mac, you can just double click the zip file and it will unzip itself. So we're gonna go ahead and click extract all, which will give you on Windows this. And you can just choose where it will be unzipped to. I'm just gonna do it in downloads folder. So I'm gonna go ahead and unzip it here. And now we get this new window with the unzipped file, which has all of our LUT packs. In this case, I'm showing you the full LUT bundle, so it has all of our LUT packs. And as you can see, it has an extra folder, which is log to Rec 709, which includes a bunch of the popular cameras and their conversion LUTs for the different color profiles. So for example, Canon, log 3, Sony S-Log 2 and S-Log 3 is in there. And most importantly, we have our Osmo Pocket 3 D-Log M conversion LUT in here, which you need to go from D-Log M back to your normal colors. So let me go ahead now and show you how to import these so you have them as standard options in Premiere Pro. To do that, you're gonna head over to how you normally open Premiere Pro. So for me, that's here. And you're gonna right click it and choose Open File Location. And by the way, on Mac, this is gonna be a little bit different, but the idea is the same. You're just gonna have to go into the folders of Premiere Pro. So doing that first one brings us here, but as you can see, it's still not the actual program and the files we need. So we're going to right click again and do the same thing again. So open file location, which will bring us here, which is where we need to be. We're going to scroll up and find Lumetri, and we're going to see LUTs right here. And then we're going to click into creative. For me, the folder is empty. For you, you might have a bunch of standard options in there. If you don't use them, I suggest just deleting them to keep it as clean as possible. So now that we have this open, this is where we're going to copy over all of the LUT packs that we have. So we're going to open a new tab. I'm going to go to where I saved the file. I'm going to open a folder. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to press Control C or Command C if you're on Mac. So you're just copying all of the folders and you're going to go back to the folder where we need to have them. So Adobe Premiere Pro, Lumetri, LUTs, Creative, and we're just going to press Control V or Command V. It will ask you for permission on Windows at least, and you just say, do this for all current items, continue. And just like that, you now have all of our LUTs inside of the Creative tab in Premiere Pro. So let's now open Premiere Pro. I have 3 clips set up. I have 2 D-Log M clips. So these first 2 are D-Log M, and then this third one is shot in normal color mode because I also want to show you how to use our LUTs on normal color mode. But since I only just loaded in all of the LUTs, I'm going to have to close it down and reopen it to make sure all of the LUTs are loaded in. So as you can see now, when I go to Creative, look, I have none. So what I'm going to do is save this and close it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and reopen it. Now that I have closed Premiere Pro and reopen it, you can see that when I go to Lumetri Color, Creative, and click on Look, you'll see that I now have all of the LUTs, so the 168 different LUTs, plus all of the conversion LUTs as well. So let's now show you how to actually use them. So for these first 2 clips, we're gonna have to convert them from D-Log M back to normal colors, so from flat to normal colors. And to do that, we need an adjustment layer. So we're gonna go over to our project, and we're gonna click this little icon, New Item, and choose adjustment layer. Now that we have made that, we can drag it on and make it the length of our 2 clips, since both need to be converted to Rec 709. And we're gonna go to Creative, Look, and we're gonna find DJI Osmo Pocket 3 D-Log right here, which is our conversion LUT for D-Log M to Rec 709. And boom, that's all you have to do, and now your D-Log M footage looks like normal looking footage. So D-Log M to Rec 709. The next step is to create another adjustment layer. So you're just going to go back in your project again, click New Item, Adjustment Layer, click OK, and drag that on top of the adjustment layer with the conversion LUT. Normally you would just use 1 LUT for all of your clips, so everything has the same look and feel. In this case, I'm going to show you 3 different LUTs. So I'm just going to split the adjustment layer here so I can have 2 different LUTs for the different clips, and we'll do the normal color one later. So once you have made this new adjustment layer, you select it. You can head over to Creative, Look, and you can go ahead and select the LUT you like. You can scroll over these and try a bunch. In this case, I'm going to go with one of the movie looks ones. So I'm going to try a couple. And yes, in the beginning, you're going to have to go through all of the LUTs to find the ones you like and the ones that fit your filming style and your clips the best, your scenarios the best. I already like this one, Movie Looks 12. And then what I always do, almost always, 99% of the time, is change the intensity. So right now it's at 100, which is a little bit too strong. So I'm gonna lower it down to about 70, 68, same thing. And that's how we go from D-Log M to Rec 709 to color graded clip. And it really is that simple. And if you really want to fine tune your clip, you can go ahead into your clip itself or your adjustment layer. But if you have an adjustment layer that stretches multiple clip, I always recommend going into the clip itself. So you only adjust that one. And you can head over to basic corrections. And in this case, I think this is a little bit too bright. So that's the highlights. So I'm going to lower them down just a little bit. And that's all I'm going to do to it. So we can move on to the next clip now, which is more of a nature shot. So we have beautiful greenery, blue sky with some nice clouds. And we have a separate adjustment layer. We already converted it from D-Log M to Rec 709 with our adjustment layer. So we're going to select that second adjustment layer. We're going to head over to creative again and find which one we're going to use. So we can just scroll through here and we can just go through the different options. And as you can see, each LUT gives your video a completely different look. And in the beginning, when you select it, it will always be too strong because it's at 100%. If you want to see the preview at a different percentage, you can just change this. So let's change this to 60. And then we can go through here again so that the effect is less harsh. This is not bad. I like this one, the Travel Look 14. As you can see, it's at 60% intensity. We can increase this maybe a little bit, maybe 75. And maybe for this clip, we can select the clip again. And this is a little bit overexposed. So all we're gonna do is reduce those highlights a little bit. But bring up the exposure for down here just a tiny bit. Maybe the shadows a tiny bit as well. And there you go, in 2 minutes you change the entire look of the clips. So I'll show you before and after. We go from D-Log M to normal colors and with a LUT applied. So it's really just two simple steps. You convert your D-Log M footage to normal looking footage and you apply whichever LUT you like. That gives it a different style or different vibe. If you want to fine tune every clip, you can. You just select the clip you want to adjust and fine tune some of the basic settings to make it look as good as possible. But that's an extra, you don't have to do this. The LUTs do a lot of the work for you already color-wise. But highlights, exposure, contrast, and those things you can always change on the fly so that every clip looks as good as it possibly can. So now for this third clip, which is in normal color mode, we don't need this conversion LUT. And all that this does is go from flat to normal looking color, so we don't need to use this layer. We can simply click this one, and I'm just gonna copy this layer. It now has that same LUT applied, but we're gonna choose a different one. So we'll open Creative, click on Look. We can go through a couple to see the different effects. And it's previewed at the 75%, so all of these are pretty good options. Let's go with this, it's a little bit stronger. Let's lower it down a tiny bit. And that's it. Just select the LUT, apply it, and that's really how simple it is. So before, after, completely different vibe. Hopefully I've done a good job explaining on how to use our LUTs to your advantage to make your videos look better in just a couple of simple steps.